You're listening to the Life of Lozo podcast.
We are live here at Life of Lozo.
He is the funniest, smartest, sexiest guy I know.
Lozo is now live.
Yo, on this podcast, we interview the man, the myth, the legend, my podcasting partner in crime, the owner of Stay Tuned Studios and SDS Podcast, Don Ringhofer. We have a Life of Lozo first and welcome our first ever co-host for this episode. We discuss the amazing talent Jacksonville has to offer, how treating people like family makes or breaks your business, and we name his new 80s cover band. Thank you to our sponsors, Stay Tuned Studios, the Taylor Shop Inc., CO2 Productions, The Bee Brigade, Rhyme Designs Clothing, Ronz World Guitars, The Music Experience, Custom Shirts and more, and Jack Sports Nutrition. Let's go. Yo, Life of Lozo here live in Studio A, SDS Podcast, Stay Tuned Studios in Jacksonville, Florida.
Hey.
Yo, we are super excited for a first on the Life of Lozo show. First. We have brought back episode 1.
The legend.
The legend.
The one.
The legacy. The one. The Maui from Moana with short hair. Today's co-host.
Father of two.
Father of two now, right?
Back then was father of one.
Father
of two.
Now father of two. Christian Abrahamson has returned to the Life of Lozo podcast.
Promoted.
Here.
And
co-host.
Yeah.
Way to go. Way to make it back.
Yeah. So Christian is co-hosting today, and we're doing something a little bit little fun here. As I promised in the in recap episodes, we are talking with Mr. Don.
The Don.
What
a name.
Ringhofer.
The Don.
Hello, everyone.
So we're excited, man. It's been a long time coming. You know, we've Don and I have been talking about this since January, and then launched Life of Lozo in March, and we have been recording here at Stay Tuned Studios in Studio A as SDS Podcast.
Which I must say that the studio looks fantastic.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Looks really nice.
We try
From
to keep
the first to now. What episode? 13?
Yeah, we're like 13, 14. I don't know.
14.
I'm lucky 13, huh? Nice.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Actually, I think you're 14.
Yeah.
You're 14, actually.
You're 14?
Yeah,
I feel
14.
better now.
Yeah,
It's really nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We want to make you feel comfortable here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to talk to Don and the man behind the mic, the mystery laugher.
The signature laugh.
The signature laugh. Well, give me.
You know what? It's
Christian.
nice when you're feeling down.
Yeah.
He hits you with that. Ha! Oh, priceless! I love to laugh. And to the audience, if you haven't heard
That actually scared me.
the other episodes, you can pick it out, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Sometimes it's on a mic, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's.
That's
in the background, yeah.
But it's a warm, fuzzy feeling every time you hear it.
Well,
I love it.
thank you for that. And now I'm going to
Do
be
you pay
conscious
extra
of it.
for that?
Yeah, well,
when you rent the studio, do we have to pay for the
first
the
couple
signature
episodes,
laugh?
the first couple are free.
Yeah.
But then after that, no, it's going to cost you.
Yeah, absolutely. Trademark.
Absolutely. So Stay Tuned Studios, head engineer of SDS Podcast, owner of Stay Tuned Studios.
Yes, sir.
I know we've referenced the business here a few times in the show, but please give us a little bit of history and just kind of when you opened and what got you into doing this to begin with.
Well, cool. We just achieved a milestone 2 days ago. We have achieved 10 years of being open.
Hey.
Thank you.
10 years, yes.
Yes, we opened on 777. For you gamblers out there, that tends to be a good
number.
Good number, sure. But so 10 years, and that's great. And we have to thank the local musicians here, and it's just been great fun. And the reason we started this was because I was in a band, and we were rehearsing in my living room, and I got an ultimatum.
From who?
From the young lady at the time, and my day job at the time. I was a computer geek, which I was doing for 23 years. I saw our company got bought out. I saw the writing on the wall. I got the ultimatum. I says, "What should I do? What do you think I should do? I'll open a studio." Nothing like this in Jacksonville, so it was a big jump and a big, that was quite nerve-wracking. A lot of sleepless nights, but it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, and 2007. I mean, you're talking right before the recession.
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, that had to be tough years.
Yeah, they were. Well, sometimes when you open up a small business, a very unique one, because we don't cater to everybody, mostly musicians or artists, dancers, what have you. But it was tough. A lot of bologna, ate a lot of bologna and tuna fish.
Yeah.
For 3 years.
Did you have a signature recipe for bologna? Or
if you roll up some tuna fish and a little piece of bologna.
Stop it. I'm literally going to throw up right now. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
Well, I'm lying. I never did that.
More like ramen, right? Or ramen
a lot of noodles.
Yeah, a lot of noodles and Diet Coke.
Exactly. Those were the days. But, exciting, certainly. And getting out there and once people come here and they see the place and they compliment it, makes it all worthwhile, all that craziness.
It's like one of Jacksonville's best kept secrets.
Which is a shame.
It's awesome.
Thank you, man. I don't know. We've been on the radio. We've been on TV. We've actually done video and recordings for TV. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. Just word of mouth is the only thing that seems to really generate the most business for us.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, I saw the wall. I just took, taking a tour. And there's celebrities on the wall. The gym out here. It's a big deal.
Yeah, you've had some big people in here, I would say.
Yeah,
you just don't want to brag, but go ahead and share some names.
Yeah, come on, name drop.
Well,
name drop.
It's okay.
Like the very first month we were open, we couldn't believe it. We had Shinedown in here for a week.
No big deal. Just Shinedown.
Just
Shinedown. Right before they went on their, one of their world tours. It was the last. The guitarist, his name is Todd. Here I am again with names.
Sorry, he's Shinedown.
But nonetheless, it was the last tour with him. But Fantasia, she's been here. We've actually videotaped a few VH1 episodes. She had a reality show. And then Darlene Love, that's from the old Motown days. She won a Oscar for her movie 20 Feet from Stardom. I don't know if you guys ever heard about that movie. Check it out. Very cool. Yeah. And then Cindy Blackman, she's a drummer for Lenny Kravitz.
Nice.
Married to Santana.
Again, no big deal.
No big deal. I like it.
And and a lot of great local bands as well. Guys that are up and comers, and just a lot of local guys that are out there on the weekends doing their thing. Like Rails. Parker Urban is another band that's real good. They've been through here and we've recorded them. Special Formula, Walter Parks, the Black Kids. We've just been lucky. Yeah. And being one of the only places that are fully equipped, people like bands like that just like to come in here and plug in and play.
That's what I was going to say is I having lived in LA for 5 years and seen a lot of rehearsal spaces, and actually had some of my really good friends had opened up kind of a rehearsal space, a school, a recording studio. And that was the first thing I noticed when I walked through. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, you've got gear. Yeah. This is ready to go. Yeah. Like, is a band coming in? And you're like, no, like this is how I wanted to do it. I want to be able to provide the opportunity to just show up and spend your time rehearsing or recording versus all the setup. But of course, like most musicians, they're gonna bring their own stuff anyway. Yeah. But it's awesome to have that. And you were the first and only for a long time. I think maybe still.
I think so. As far as having fully equipped rooms, a thing that's becoming popular is like a rental space where someone will be able to leave their gear there.
Gotcha.
Those are the guys that just want to play nothing but their stuff.
Right.
And they can come and go as they please. Here we are an hourly thing, and we have hours, but they're musicians' hours. 4 to midnight during the week and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on the weekends. So when they're not gigging. Just all about convenience, and the equipment here is, top of the line. We keep it well maintained, and
the latest and greatest.
Of course, and being a gear nut like I am, I love getting the new stuff in here anytime I can.
Well, that was one thing that Blythe had said to us in the episodes that came out last week or the week before was talking about walking in and be like, wow, well, it's a great looking place, and like, oh, look at this gear, this is nice stuff. And of course, like, Blythe's on 1010XL and does a lot of podcasting and radio shows and things like that. So I know I felt like a proud moment of being like, oh, look at Don with his all gear, right?
I had a tear.
Impressing the ladies and those that do podcasting and radio.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that was a bonus, and she was lovely to have here, and people that appreciate what's going on is always great. And and when they're thankful for it, it makes me feel even that much better.
Yeah, so we should walk them through like the virtual, like a visual of the studio. So we have Studio A, which we're in right now.
Right. This is the smallest. It's the now going to become the permanent podcast room.
STS Podcast will be
baby.
located here.
Where it all goes down.
STS
It all started here.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
And then every
With the Life of
room
Lozo.
has like a theme, almost. It has a different feel.
Right. This one's like the three-piece soloist room.
Yeah.
Then we have the next one up is Studio B, which is a light blue room, and people tend to use that if they're, I don't know, they're just starting out. That seems like to be the just starting out room.
Light blue for the starters.
That's right. And then we have the LA or the LS, the LA Laker room or the LSU room, which is purple and yellow.
Yeah.
And that room starts getting a little bit bigger, more comfortable couch, and you can set your air conditioning your own way. And D's the same size, but it's dark blue.
Ooh.
Yeah. And a lot of people like that room
Like
for
blue and
lighting.
yellow?
Yeah.
No, that one's just blue.
Yeah.
Good thing you kept the yellow out.
Yeah, there is a lot of yellow in here.
Who likes blue and yellow?
Oh, wait a minute. Now I remember.
Who likes blue and
man.
yellow? Why?
Is it
why
a
would you?
Midwestern dude?
I don't know. Don't even. Why would you even put yellow next to blue?
I know.
I appreciate keeping it all blue.
This guy. You give him one co-host spot.
He's a great job, by the way. Great job. Yeah, that would be Mr. Michigan himself.
That's right. Yeah, little amazing blue over here.
Go blue.
Yeah, go blue, baby. Go blue.
And
all
then we
day
got
long.
the stage room. Then we got the showcase room, which is all red.
Uh-huh.
Now, red is a
That's
interesting
in the
color.
big room?
That's the big room, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 17-foot stage. Not high, by the way. Don't want to. It's only like 2 feet high.
But it's awesome.
Yeah.
That room. So it's almost like you work your way up.
Exactly.
Little by
through.
little. You start with the light blue. You called it. What is it? The baby blue.
The baby blue, yeah.
You start with the baby blue, and as you progress, you make it to the big stage.
That's right. I never thought of it that way, actually, but that's a good way to do it.
Oh
Oh,
man,
look at that. See, that's why he's in sales. Remember, we talked about this.
I wasn't even. That's right.
I mean,
I wasn't even worthy of standing on stage, but I felt.
He went right
I
up
felt
there.
Good.
Yeah.
He went right up there. He did the
And it-
splits and did some kind of spin.
Did you see me touch the drums? I was tempted.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
I was looking for sticks. I'm like, no.
yeah.
just like the old church days.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He
man.
went towards the
Got
stage.
kicked off
and
again.
He got in line to get on the stage, and the woman looked at him and looked at the stage and looked back at him and looked at the stage. She goes, "Nope, get on the scale."
Ouch.
Yeah, that's one of Michigan jokes. That's one of Michigan jokes.
Wow, I'm just going to sit
Not
back and watch
hardcore.
You're not
this.
skydiving today.
Got kicked off twice already.
Wow.
That's how we're gonna end the episode. I'm gonna get kicked out of
Kicked
this
out of
room.
here.
Just
I'll
go.
say- yeah, stay tuned till the end of this episode. So, the stage room's nice. We can record in there. We can videotape in there, make it look any way we want. We have backdrops. We're going to start doing green screen now with the
Awesome.
videos. And
Even
yeah,
fog, you said, right?
yeah,
Fog
we,
machine.
yeah, we're doing the fog. We got all
Come
kinds of
on.
lighting in there. It's crazy.
How awesome.
The curtains are going to start. They've always been opened since day one. I went out and bought these powered curtains, and I was setting it up. I probably shouldn't admit this. Shows how dumb I am. The way you set these things to stop is you let them close and kind of there's a high current thing that occurs and they shut off automatically. Well, for some reason mine didn't, and I burned out the motor. And I couldn't stop it. I just couldn't stop it. And
So you were like, "That's interesting." I didn't hit the fog machine button.
yeah.
Where's all the smoke coming
Yeah.
from?
Why are my windshield wipers going on my car? What's up with that? But that was another thing. But so they've never opened, but we're gonna get that fixed. I burned up the motor, and they're no longer available. So what can I tell you?
So is that to be able to do like music videos in there? Is that your vision for that?
With the curtains and everything,
yeah.
Music videos, give people. We've had a handful of people that ask to come in here and do a show.
Like a small show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they always ask about the curtains, and they, we could certainly figure out a way to make that look pretty cool for their. You can fit about 20 people in that room.
Yeah.
To have them come in and check out their band before they maybe take the world tour.
Yeah, or like a listening party or like a release or something like that. You could do something cool
Like a
in there.
private
Exactly.
release.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be
Nice.
awesome.
Nice, I like
And
it.
who needs the motor? Just have a little guy in the back, just with an old school rope, just pulling it.
There you go. sounds like something you might do.
I'm all in.
Right
Let's
on
go. Anything for you, Don.
Oh, you're the man.
So I know you guys connected early on around playing drums. I know we just kind of talked about that.
Yeah.
So we know when Christian started playing or didn't know how to play but was trying to play anyway. But when did you start actually playing drums, and how did you learn?
Do you count playing pots and pans when I was
absolutely.
watching the Beatles on TV?
Christian always
Absolutely.
does. Yes, 100%.
Man, my parents love that part too. Let me tell you. But that and my
wait, you said watch the Beatles on TV?
Yeah, that's.
No.
Did they have TV?
They didn't have
Wait
TV.
a minute.
Are you,
I'm
like,
older than you guys.
Actual
But
Beatles, like National Geographic,
No,
or is
yeah.
it the band? Like
they were actually. Yeah, it wasn't black and white
the
too.
beetle eats the leaf. There's Don banging on pots and pans.
Nice. Yes. That's exactly how it was. but that was a long time ago, man. And so parents would we had basements in Chicago, not like here in Jack's. So they would put me in the basement on a drum kit and say, "We'll see you for dinner."
Awesome.
Wow. So that was great. Pretty much self-taught, and but from time to time when I would come across a really good drummer, local guys, I would just pick their brains, and so probably been playing for I don't know, a long time. Let's just
Now, do you still jam out every once in a while? Do you like get on stage and go to town? I mean, I would if I was here. Like, just put the headphones on and just go off.
Yep.
Definitely. And as a matter of fact, in the process of getting back into another band, last band I was in was a original band, Kevin Marcus Dillon. Great band. We probably were together for about 2-3 years, and we did a lot of festivals, and that was a blast. But now I'm going to start getting back into maybe doing clubs with a cover band. We're going to try to start doing some 80s stuff.
Yes.
But
like Poison.
No.
Well,
we're not gonna put. we're gonna put out. Yeah, you don't want to see me in tights, man. Trust me.
I do.
I'll pay extra. Yeah.
I'll pay.
Girls. Come on, Don.
Oh my God, that actually grosses me out. But
just get the Under Armour ones. I got a couple pairs of those for the gym. Just throw in some Under Armour ones. You'd be good.
those are classy, actually.
Yeah, the
We will
camouflage.
sponsor
Yeah, we'll do it.
You'll be sponsor.
Yeah, I want to sponsor his stretch pants like they do with like the MMA UFC.
Absolutely.
Like I want Life of Lozo on his butt, like on that
would
patch
be
right back
awesome.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I want to do. Can we do that?
And you'd be able to use very large letters. So we're gonna start an '80s new wave band. You know, doing like Talking Heads.
Talking Heads, Aha, maybe.
Yeah.
Peter Gabriel.
Yes.
Okay.
Sledgehammer. That's on the list already.
Sledgehammer.
And we do need a singer for this song.
Oh, I got it. I can do that.
Done.
I can do it.
That was easy.
Are you doing AC/DC, like anything like that?
Nah.
Okay.
Not yet, anyway.
All right.
But so looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So getting back
That'll be
into
fun.
it. Yeah. And I got a place to rehearse. The band needs a place to rehearse. I think I got a place for it.
Now, which room are you gonna use? Will you go straight to the stage?
We'll probably do D first.
D, okay.
The blue room.
The blue room.
Yeah, and then we'll go into E once.
Blue, not yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no yellow.
With
in
no
it.
yellow.
Nice. And we'll see how it goes from there. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Love it. Love the music. Love playing music. So I tried. I didn't try to get out of it. Because the business got so, busy. Didn't get to play much. So.
All right. So let's go back to, because I can relate.
Yeah.
So when you were playing on pots and pans, did you ever travel with your drum kit to jam out anywhere else?
With the pots and pans?
Yeah, I went from
yes.
I went from the kitchen to the TV room, so I could be in front of the TV watching the Beatles.
That's right.
And occasionally even the bedroom. Man.
Bam.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great British invasion.
A really big show.
Really big show. Black and white television. Here we go. You're
Now,
currently getting cancer right now by sitting in front of this CRT tube.
With a big
You
tube.
will die. And the Beatles.
Now describe. You had to make up your own drum at some point. You got creative, didn't you? Did you have like your favorite like coffee can or anything?
Yeah. Tell me about the set. We want to hear about the set.
We have to.
Yeah. How did you build the set?
Well, there was a little bit of I don't think they had Rubbermaid.
Every drummer has
I don't think they had
a
Rubbermaid
story.
back then.
No. Well, they probably did.
They
It was
had
a
some
big
kind-
deal, though.
It was just made out of lead.
So, well, there was some plastic stuff going on. I got to tell you, that was like the snare.
Yeah.
And then the toms were probably, a nice, I would say 20-inch pot. Cymbals were anything like the floor, really. you know.
Yeah.
And but no, I never really made my own because my parents saw that, wow, this kid's got skills, and we're gonna have to put him into some kind of drums pretty soon. So they got me the first drum kit I ever got was a Hawaiian drum kit. Had a picture of a Hawaiian dancer on the front of it.
Now, me being a parent, let me interrupt. Let me translate what that really meant.
Yeah,
right about my kid being skilled.
Do not ruin my memories.
It's
He's
gonna have to.
He's on a roll right now.
Oh, my God.
Everybody's gonna take damage.
I'm a parent.
Today. Yeah.
When you become a parent, you start understanding things differently. So the translation to what I just heard was, wow, we just found a way to get rid of our kid for hours at a time.
Yes.
He can go to the basement for a low price of these Hawaiian drums.
Wow.
Now go.
And as long as we hear
Wow.
noise, he's okay.
He's good.
Right.
He is awesome.
Perfect solution.
Let me
And
tell you
anytime
something.
he starts coming up, we encourage him. Like, wow, you're sounding. Was that the Beatles? You sounded like.
You know what? That happened a couple of times. It really did. Wow.
That disturbs out.
There it is.
Well, that's all I can say about that. Now that I know that that's really what happened, my parents have a whole different view now on my parents. I got to tell you, they're very sharp. They're a lot smarter than I thought they were. Actually.
Yeah. So Hawaiian drums.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
and I was very serious about it until I have two older brothers, and they didn't think that I should be getting this serious about something. So we had a pool table downstairs as well, and they decided to use the pool cues as spears. And my dad came downstairs one day and saw a pool cue sticking through the way, and I don't know how it happened. I got blamed for it. And my brothers are, laughing in the background, and I didn't give up. I didn't tell on them, but so the next drum kit had to come from my wallet. Yeah. So that took. So I just played a snare drum and a hi-hat for probably quite a while. All of grade school, I think.
Kind of like he's in an orchestra. Like, the snare drum player in an orchestra. That's it.
And you know what?
Did you play oboe? You look like an oboe player, Christian.
Do I look like an oboe player?
Yeah. Oboe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna try it.
Sound like a goose dying.
And by the way, when I was doing that snare drum, my parents were telling me that not bad, Don.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Keep it going, Don.
So when was it? When did it ever become the truth with them?
You're getting so good, little. Did they call you Donnie? Donnie, you're getting so good.
No.
We're gonna put a bed down there for you. Here, you can have dinner downstairs.
Yeah,
of course. You keep on practicing.
Here's what,
That's right.
if you were in Chicago, like I grew up in Michigan, right? Most homes had the laundry chute. So would they just drop food down to you as well? People know what that is in Florida. Like
We didn't have that
You didn't
down
have that? Oh, no.
no.
If you had a basement, typically that was the case.
Well, I used to find food down at the bottom of the stairs. I don't know how it got there, but it was tasty. No, they were nice to me. I'm sure they were telling me the truth eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then,
Yeah,
and then you played all the way through elementary school and
Yeah, on and off. We had mostly like talent shows and stuff like that, and just jamming out by myself. Really, we didn't
No
really
band?
get no band really until I was living in California, which
Really?
was, when I was 19 was my first band.
Big time in it. California.
Well,
big
I was
band, 19.
Yeah,
and
sure.
that,
I can
that
make
band
it
was Poison.
with tights on. I was in the Navy at the time.
So you were wearing tights.
Yeah, we're wearing tights.
Wait a minute, I wasn't supposed to go there. That's not right.
Got him.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, and I don't know what to say about that, but thank you, Mr. Lozo.
Well, thank you for your service.
I appreciate
We
it.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yes.
So first band in California?
Yeah, cover band doing stuff like Tom Petty, you know, and we thought we were pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, we were doing all the parties. You know,
Who's the lead singer?
not me.
Okay. And
Another Navy guy.
he-
We were all Navy guys.
Could he actually sing, or was he like a Tom Petty singer?
He could
You
sing.
don't know how it feels.
Yeah.
You don't know how it feels.
Well, he could. I could say he could definitely pull off Tom Petty, not a problem.
Okay.
And we did, you know, some Eagles too and stuff. But yeah, he wasn't bad.
Okay.
Eagles.
Eagles. Nice.
Nice.
Do you remember them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, like I said, we were always, you know, playing at the parties. But then I come to realize, I don't think there were any other bands. So they had no other choice. They were stuck with us. But we did get a lot of practice, if you
Nice.
will, a lot of exposure.
In the basement of a ship this time.
No. I was.
You guys are so good. You can
was-
have this basement.
I never was on a ship.
Is that called a galley? Is that what
galley,
what's it
yeah.
called? Yeah. That's what the kitchen, right?
the kitchen's
What's
together.
the bottom of the boat called, of the ship?
The keel.
The keel.
The keel.
That's what you should have named the band. The next band that you're in
I like
should be
it.
called the Keels.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for
The Keels.
I love it. So we have your outfit ready. We have the name of your band ready.
Yes.
So would I be?
You have a sponsor already.
Wait, I'd be dressed in a navy.
And tights.
Navy tights.
Navy tights
Navy
with
tights.
Life of Lozo on the
An
back.
ass.
On the back. Yep.
And that's the name.
With just the tights, the logo on the back, and then the Navy hat.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm getting sick. No, it's a good thing. But I sit out. You know, I'm sitting all the time, so no one would see Lozo.
That's true.
Sorry.
That's true. I didn't think about that. That was you're my sales guy, bro.
Dude, I'm sorry.
This is something you gotta think.
We're
of
gonna
this.
have to move it to the front.
Yeah, get to the front.
Again, very large letters.
We can downsize the logo a little to make
bring
it
it down.
proportioned.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Christian. I appreciate it. Knuckleheads.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, so STS podcasts, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of work going into this, and I think I've continued to look, but I cannot find a single podcast studio here in Jacksonville, like a business, a place where actually people can come in. If you're a beginner, if you are already a tenured or experienced podcaster, but a place like this where you can literally come in, have the best of equipment, have an engineer to be able to work your show if you'd prefer, and literally have a great environment like this. So, you know, I guess I think it's another example of you being ahead of the curve and really bringing another dynamic part to rehearsal space. But I mean, tell me more about this.
Well, first of all, you guys can tell from this podcast that we're very serious about what we do. No, we really are. We have some of the finest equipment here that you would find in professional radio stations, and I believe we are the only ones offering the service right now in Jacksonville. And we would come in, or you would come in rather, and we would show you how to set up. And if you felt good enough about doing it, running it yourself, that's fine. If you wanted an engineer, we'd be here as well in the room with you. We can help you get it online. We can also help edit it or engineer it later, do some post work for you if you want. So we're going to leave it open to what your needs are and what you want, and we're going to make sure that we create a very fine product for you.
Yeah. No. Oh, go ahead.
And I can share from, you know, being on Life of Lozo episode 1, that was my first time ever in a recording studio. And I was nervous, a little bit intimidated because, you know, you hear recording studio, you hear, you know, you don't know what to expect. But I think you being here, you know, making it real comfortable, it's okay, just have fun. That was a
Right.
big part of it where it wasn't intimidating. In the room which we're in now, again,
Studio A.
Studio A. It was awesome. You know, I felt comfortable. It took me 2 minutes to get back in my groove. You know, and
by the way, people, he's in his groove right now.
Always grooving.
well, I got the flamingos back in the room.
That's
Thank
right.
you for the flamingos. But it was awesome. I was like, wow, I can do this. I was very encouraged to the point where I was calling Lozo here. I want to start my own podcast. And it's like, well, you know, come on.
Hey,
You know, we got a place.
We have a great place for you
We
to
have a
do.
place, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that's a big thing too, and not only with the podcasting, but with the studio itself, making people feel comfortable and at home, and really like kind of a family. we had posted on Facebook recently, obviously a couple days ago when we said we, are celebrating our 10th anniversary, and so many people responded with comments such as, we love it there because you make us feel right at home, and I think that's just very important. I think if you're relaxed, you can do your best work.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, too, it was, as we talked about it earlier this year and then kind of started my podcast here, right? I think we got a chance to do a lot of trial and error, right? We got a chance to work through some gear, work through some equipment, figure some things out. And I appreciated that because I know it was a lot of fun. But I also feel like it was the real work to then be able to then support the community of people that want to come in and do this type of thing. So, I just like the fact that now, we show up and we walk in and we hit record and we're going.
I gotta say this. So I've been listening to more and more podcasts ever since this whole thing started, and from different people.
Right.
And I can tell you this: when I click on a podcast, that the quality is horrible. And I'm not technical for the listeners out there. I'm not a technical guy, so I'm going to use whatever words come to mind. But when it sounds like crap,
This might be this was a family show.
yeah,
Just kidding.
real tangy and just
Yeah.
I stopped listening because it's annoying.
Sure.
It's annoying, and I think it's important for people to understand that if you're going to do a podcast, it has to sound good. It has to have that quality, that feel that was done in a professional studio, because it could be the best speaker in the world, but if it sounds like crap, I'm gonna shut it off. And I've done it plenty of times now.
And that's a good point. Not only just for that reason, but for the podcaster himself. If he's sitting in a room that's nice and professional, and he can wear the headphones and he can hear himself and everybody else in the room really nice and clean, and one less thing to worry about.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I think too, friends and family will give you the pass. Right, that's always the case.
All day.
Always, right? They will always.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Right.
Like, that was great.
That was good. It sounded
Go to
good.
the
They'll
basement.
listen to it.
Kind
Right,
of
exactly.
reminds me of early days.
Right.
Thanks, Christian.
Yeah, but I think if you're really trying to get your show out there and really get listeners out there, I think to Christian, to your point.
I like it. Clean it up for me.
Clean it up for you, right? To your point, just being able to have a show and content that is easy to listen to, sounds professional, sounds good, and it's on par with everybody else that's out there is a really, really important thing,
Yeah.
And it's I think the cool part is, and we've talked briefly about it, and I know you're still working through just the pricing and whatnot, and wanted to be kind of aligned with what the rest of the country has in these situations. And we've looked at New York, LA, Miami. Obviously, this is Jacksonville, right?
Right.
And I know that's really important to you that the pricing is fair, and it's also that it's affordable, right? That it's that you're not breaking your bank to come in here and really put your your dream out there for everybody else to do. And it sounds funny to think of like, oh, somebody's gonna walk in and talk on a microphone. But you never know, right?
Yeah.
Like the beauty of podcasting and this really being the future of content for everybody. You listen to it when you want. You listen to who you want. You listen to the episodes that you like of each episode. Like it's all based on the listener as opposed to like listening to a radio station where you're just hoping to hear your one favorite song, right?
Yep.
You're just like that type of thing. So this is where it's all going, and it's all going on your phone, and it's all going while you're driving to work or whatever the case is. So I think to have a show that people will really invest their time into, you almost kind of have to respect them in a way to give them quality, and I know, and I'm excited to kind of see this. And I know if people have already talked to you about it. I know people have talked to me about it, of saying like, I really want to get into it, and I really want to think about doing this, but it is a little bit intimidating to think about all the gear and what platform and how do you get your stuff out there and how do you get it on Apple Podcasts and Google Play and Stitcher and Podbean and all these other places, because the more places you have it, the more chances people will listen to it.
And that's the big part where Don comes in, where he can help out with that. He can walk you through that, where get them started. Again, going back to that feel, that personal feel, where you're almost trying to help me be successful in every aspect. And when it comes to podcasts, and pricing, if you feel that your content is worth enough to be recorded, then what's price? Right?
Yeah.
So you shouldn't even worry about that price because there's value to your content.
Absolutely.
Exactly. But again, keeping it fair and keeping it inexpensive. I I think is it's just important for initially anyway when we start out that people get in here, see what's going on. We're going to help them out, give them nice little package deals, and we're going to keep it fair. And with the quality and the gear that we're using, if you can get someone to be a part of your podcast where they feel like they, if they're just listening to you and they feel like they're a part of it, that's what our goal is. We want people to feel not only comfortable in the studio, but comfortable listening to it out there, and making sure that their product is being presented the best way that it can at a fair price. And like Lozo was saying, we have really looked around the country trying to come up with the best price, what everyone is out in the big cities, Chicago, Seattle, LA, what they're charging, and what we believe we're going to be doing here is going to be much, much better than that.
Yeah. Move over, big city.
Well, I think too, like what you mentioned in the Facebook post, right? With all of the customers that have been here at Stay Tuned Studios, just the bands in that are rehearsing space, like ask any one of them. Because there's a lot of them out there. There's a whole wall of pictures of people out there that have appreciated this place, and they know that you're going to be fair. They know that it's going to be high quality. They know it's going to feel like a family and very welcome environment. Like all of that has been 10 years of history of Stay Tuned Studios. So I'm just excited to like bring that into STS Podcast, because this type of situation can feel very dehumanized if you just opened up a couple of spaces and put some microphones and a computer in there and said, all right, now we have podcasting here. Yeah, but do you really? Like, does it feel warm? Does it feel welcoming? Does it feel like I can be myself?
Right, exactly.
And
very
that's
important.
That's a big deal, and I think that comes from you coming from the creative world yourself, and then also having been in this business for so long.
Right on. I agree. Just coming in and being comfortable, that's so important. Yeah. Like I said earlier, you do your best work that way. And it's easier, for you to talk about your subject, whatever it is. Yeah. And hopefully we'll be, once it takes off, we're thinking about expanding into having video conferencing and, being able to have people dial in and talk with you at the same time.
How awesome is that?
Yeah.
It's killer.
Live questions.
Absolutely.
Love it.
And then if people mention my name, if they're like, hey, Life of Lozo, do they get a discount?
They don't. Oh. It's actually going to cost them a little more. Actually, no, of course. First of all, we'll high five them and say, right on, we love the fact that you're listening to a great show, because it is. But we'll have to, case by case basis.
We'll work something out. Yeah, okay. All right. We'll make it work.
Yeah, right
on. All right. So
you weren't expecting that.
That was great. No, that was awesome. Look at
scared.
Don's a natural.
Straight up.
No.
Overcome that objection.
Yeah, exactly. Negative.
No.
On your show. No.
On your show, no.
No. It might as well be called Life of Low No. Because that's what's happening. No.
The Don stepped up.
The Don has hit him up, right?
No, we'll be nice. We'll be nice to your friends.
Yeah.
So now comes to the part of the show that's my favorite part of the show that you bear witnessed on.
Dun, dun, dun,
and
dun.
I don't know if Christian.
Should I take his notes away? Because he might have prepared for this.
Right.
Well,
yeah,
you said something earlier that we were toying around. We're playing around with a catchphrase for our STS podcast. So I wrote this down because you said something about people listening to what you're saying, and
absolutely.
And so I think maybe we need a vote on this. I don't know, but I think
let's do it right now.
I think the catchphrase for STS podcast should be, "You talk, they listen."
Ooh.
What do you think? Ooh, the dead silence.
You talk,
they listen.
They listen.
Something like that, or just like that.
Just like that. Just like that.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I like it.
Oh God, I thought they were going to do cartwatles, but
no.
I'm afraid not.
That might disturb a little.
Yeah.
You're on the right track.
Thank you.
Back to the basement.
All right,
You're on the right track.
We'll have something else here in about another hour.
I like it, but I know where Christian's going to come from. Which is the positioning value standpoint, right? Of making sure that people can connect with, the value of STS podcasts and wanting to be here professionally. Yeah. But I like it personally. It's like
of course you like it.
It's almost as if I came
say?
up with it. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it sounds like something I would say.
I'm not.
It does, doesn't it? How ironic.
It sounds like something a politician would say.
That's correct.
And I'm getting kicked out. Guys, it's been great. That was my
Wow.
cue.
Security Studio A, please. Security to Studio A.
Wow.
Bring backup and the lady from the sky jumping place, because we're gonna need a bunch of guys.
But something that gets the point across, maybe
Yeah.
puts a smile on their face, and they understand it. You know what I'm saying?
We'll get our listeners to vote too.
Yeah.
You know, we'll put them maybe on Facebook. Do one of those.
Let's do that.
Let's vote. Let's do some vote.
Hey, let's
Hey, guess
Or-
what?
or-
Us three will come up with one,
yeah,
and then we can do a voting.
a voting thing.
Or, you know,
Yeah, sounds good.
and let the listeners and your fans.
The listeners will be a big part of the STS podcast
It's all about the
podcast
listener.
logo.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
saying in verse or whatever.
I like it. Okay.
All right, so I'm just going to cross that out right now.
Oh no, you're gonna use that one.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it.
It might win.
I think it
never
might
know.
win.
It might win.
All right, so here we are, part of the show.
Whoop,
Boom, there it is.
whoop.
I'm not going to tell you what I thought that was last show. You'll just have to listen to the last couple of shows.
Yeah, exactly.
what that
It's in there. Whoop, there it is. All right. So the W is for weekend activity, besides being here and recording.
Well, that's really all I do, to be honest with you. But what a cool activity,
Right,
Well,
right,
You know, I get to this weekend coming up. I'm recording a gospel band with 6 vocalists. So, and then the following day, the very next day, I'm recording a punk rock band in the same studio. I mean, it's you know, from one end of the spectrum to the other, and it's a lot of fun. And most of the people that come here to record, well, you know, obviously they got to a point where they feel they are ready to record. Most of them are. 99, 98. All right, 96% of them. But nonetheless. But so it's really cool to do on the weekends, man, I got to tell you.
Wow.
Or getting home and plopping up the, you know, after that, go home, put up the feet and, you know, watch a movie. Boring.
How
but that's
awesome
what
is that?
That's what I do.
That-
Do what you love.
You do what you love. You get paid to do what you love.
I know somebody who always says
Living
that.
the dream.
Living the dream.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. That's his thing.
Love it.
Right? Yeah, I
Love it.
Okay. All right. So the H for Whoop, there it is. Habits. So what habit do you have that drives people crazy? Besides playing and practicing in the middle of a living room?
Yeah. Wow, I'm
Come on. Come on.
You can do it.
a habit that other people don't like.
Yeah. It drives people crazy.
I don't know.
We can just call someone for you. Give me your phone.
That would
and
be pretty
we'll
cool.
Ask.
I guess I've always got to jump into a conversation. You know, I can't just sit there and be quiet. I got to go, hey!
It's literally why he has a microphone.
That's it.
It's literally why he has one.
I'm pretty sure if there's any, I mean, there's probably other things that they're not telling me about, which thank you, everyone. I think that's it. I jump into conversations maybe when I shouldn't. That's all I got for that one.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that for $1.
Dala.
All right. The O for Whoop, there it is for opportunity. So have you ever passed on an opportunity that you wish you hadn't?
That's interesting. I probably have. Do you think you'd always catch that? You know,
Maybe not always.
Not.
No.
But it's got to be. There's everybody has them.
Okay, I'm old enough to be. You know, I was around when computers started getting into the homes,
Yeah.
and I was a computer engineer and a technician and all that, and I thought, no one's going to want these in their homes. So I could have got in on some Sun Microsystem stock very early, and I didn't.
There you go. Oh, that's
So that's
a
pretty
big
good.
one.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
But that's it. All the regrets always seem to be stemmed around money. Isn't it right? I'll just leave it.
It tends.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
can happen.
I mean relationships too, but I've been, I don't know, lucky there.
Yeah.
We won't get into that.
You get tossed out of the living room again.
That's right. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, God.
Ultimatums.
Ultimatums.
All right. The second O in Whoop, there it is over. So what fashion trend, song, or internet meme, or television show, or anything at all that you're just over?
He's not over the 80s. Clearly.
Clearly
No,
not.
clearly not.
No, that's
Yeah.
definitely not.
Take on me.
Take on me.
We'll have that video going too. You have to admit that's pretty cool.
That video is still cool.
It is. It is.
Oh yeah. It looks like the Apple Clips app we were playing with earlier, the black and white cartoon thing. Yeah.
Man,
Now you can do it on your phone.
I can't wait.
Aha.
Ha. Only we're still working on the band name too, by the way.
The Q?
Yeah, the Q.
No, I guess we have it now. Thank you. This guy's got a memory like you wouldn't believe. You know.
What are you talking about? Another?
I'm so confused right now.
But we're going with the name Big Time, by the way, for right now. That's true.
Big time. I'm on my way. I'm making it. Right.
Exactly. See?
Come on.
All right.
That's a Peter
Again, we
Gabriel.
do need a singer.
Hammer.
So what?
This is my tryout.
Do we have a question? Is it?
Yeah. Oh, what
Yeah,
are you? What
sorry.
are you over? Besides me singing
Yeah.
80 songs horribly.
Wow, that's right up there now. But I was.
Here I go again on my own.
I have never seen Lozo so loose. Did you have a couple of shots before you got here, man? You didn't share.
We're talking 80s.
Next time on Throwback Lozo.
Right.
There it is.
I like it.
The golden decade of 80s music.
I like it. Boom. We just started a podcast for you.
Thank you.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Is it
Golden Decade of 80s.
We got-
Hosted by The Don,
there you go.
lead drummer of The Keel.
Man, we know who our promo guy's going to be. That's for sure.
I'll be the hype man.
Yeah, that's right. And 30% right off the top. I'm pretty sure that's how that
Done.
works.
That's how it is.
Done, he says.
'Cause I gotta work the curtains also.
Well, yes, you do.
Yeah.
And you got to
Yeah.
promote us too, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's gonna take up like 1,000 flyers, get over top of Jacksonville, and then jump from. Oh, never mind, not from a plane.
No.
He's gonna send somebody else up with the flyers, and he's gonna help fly the plane.
We don't want to have another WKRP incident on Thanksgiving, do we? Do you know who that is? You remember that? You guys know that?
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
know
Thanksgiving.
what
They,
happened.
they threw live turkeys out of a helicopter on Thanksgiving.
No.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Wow.
A little,
That's awesome.
it was a little messy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a promotion that went way wrong.
Way
Yeah.
wrong. Okay.
But
So, what are you over?
what am I?
Besides us derailing the question.
This is going to be Lozo's first 2-hour show, folks. Hang in there. I am over. I don't know. It's tough. Wow, man. Oh, you said memes?
Yeah.
Anything.
Anything with that? I don't. When I drink beer, I drink. Who's that guy?
Oh, the most
Mr.
interesting man in the world.
Yeah,
From
Dos Equis.
Dos Equis guy.
yeah. I'm over him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
He's
all
been
good.
used a lot.
Yeah.
Too
yeah.
much.
And like they even went
good.
backwards in time. Like they don't do the old guy anymore. Now it's like a younger version of the most interesting man in the world.
And what's the other
Haven't
guy?
seen that one.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one. That's good enough. I'll stay with that.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm over it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The all right. So the M for Whoomp, there it is musician. So
Ooh.
favorite musician
That's gonna be tough.
or band or song.
Well, this may come as a surprise after we've been talking about 80s stuff and Beatles, but I'm a big jazz guy. I like the new progressive jazz and smooth jazz. So
Nice.
my favorite band is the Rippingtons. Favorite album is Curves Ahead from them.
Okay.
And I thought I was gonna get a hey!
No.
But just good stuff. It puts me in such a good mood. I call it happy music,
Nice.
and I just dig it. And being in Jacksonville, we have one of the finest jazz festivals
Mm-hmm.
in the
It
country.
just passed, right?
It did,
Yeah.
and no jazz stations,
Yep.
and really no specific jazz clubs in town either, which
No,
is really crazy.
One just
one
opened.
just opened.
Yeah.
I saw on Facebook. And
Breezy?
I followed it. Yep.
Yeah,
Right
Breezy.
on.
There's a jazz club.
Well, I'll be
And hopefully they
backing
keep
them.
it classy and
No, it looks good so far, and
Yeah.
I think Grape and Grain Exchange.
That's a small. They have
they got like a small place in the back there. He plays some
Right.
jazz sometimes.
Sure, yeah.
Shouts to Jason Huckleberry Lewis, who runs Jazz Fest and Jazz After Dark.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Right on.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that show up to that festival and how much they look forward to it is amazing to me that we don't have more jazz in this town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, it's just a I don't know if people feel they need to be partying to it or something, but can't you just sit back and have a nice little cocktail and listen to
My wife and I always talk about that.
Yeah.
It's a nice place. You can go talk, hang out.
Yeah.
Music in the background.
Yeah. And
You
good,
know?
yeah. And these guys that play that type of music are top shelf guys.
Oh yeah.
And
The best.
and those recordings, a lot of even rock guys and guys in the business for a long time will tell you that those jazz recordings are some of the finest ever done, just by the quality and time they put into it. So yeah, that's my fave.
I gotta say, if we start a jazz band, you can play drums. But
Here it
I've
comes.
always wanted to be that guy playing the bass, the stand-up bass.
Yeah.
Doom, 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 doom.
Perfect.
Don't they just look awesome?
Cool like that. I'm cool like
You can lean on it
Cool
so you
like
don't
that.
fall over.
Yes.
I actually recorded a guy who made sounds with his mouth with all kinds of brass sounds.
Oh,
Really?
He was a left-handed guitar player, played flamenco stuff, and then he would do sounds like that with his mouth. The guy was phenomenal. We put him on TV.
Wow.
Nice.
I don't know what we were thinking.
STS Studios putting.
Yeah. SDS television. That's a whole new
I like
adventure. Let's do it.
That was actually your Jack's music. CW17.
Now, can you play
Nice.
jazz on the drums?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the traditional stuff like Buddy Rich stuff, but that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And any drummer that's really good at playing jazz, I'm
yeah,
I don't even tell them I'm a drummer.
Yeah.
I just, have you ever played drums?
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
I can play it, but not as good as I'd like.
Yeah.
And the smooth jazz stuff is just more upbeat, a little bit more fast, and you can be just as busy as playing a rock song as well, which I totally dig. And you're really in the groove. You're in the song. You're major. The drummer is a major part of the song,
Sure.
instead of just being the timekeeper.
Yep.
Very cool. Okay.
Awesome.
And the P, boom, there it is passion. So any other passions outside of what we've already talked about today? Anything else that you're really into?
Yeah. Well, so many things really, but lately, because of you, Lozo, and starting up podcasting, is the gear thing. I'm just a gearhead, electronic gear, computers, stuff like that. In the day, I used to build them, and now I just love staying on top of the new technology. And I don't know if that's crazy or a passion.
I think it's a little bit
Well,
of both.
thank God, because
Yeah.
the equipment in here is awesome.
Yeah, clearly, right?
From
Yeah.
last time to this time,
That's what I said.
he's running the whole thing. What's that, an iPad?
Yeah, we run it off an iPad.
And then a fancy mixer.
We got the. I'm a big fan of Behringer X32s.
Hold on.
Ding, ding, ding.
I want Christian to describe what he
Yeah.
sees.
Set up.
I want him to name everything that he sees here.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we
Go
go.
for it.
So,
All right.
so
So,
we
what
have,
what is this that we're talking?
we have
into?
these microphones.
Okay, nice.
With the big foam.
big foam
The
microphones.
big foam microphone.
Okay,
Nice.
so that's the technical term.
Absolutely.
Yep.
The S2000, I believe.
No, that's not correct.
And
That's
then
okay.
There is an S in there.
I think that's a Honda. But go ahead.
here we go. It was my description, I thought.
Go ahead.
And the stand is very nice too. I tried moving it, and it's very sturdy. I like
Nice.
it.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then we have the headphones. Can't forget the headphones. Which, by the way, I learned this from last time. If you take a picture, the headphones look ridiculous. So you want to slightly tilt them back so they look a little bit cool.
for the
Yeah, for
Or
the
you-
future audience.
or forward, and you can look like a knucklehead.
Yeah, thank
Look like you
God.
should be on Star Trek. Okay. Okay.
then
what's
we're-
this thing on top over here?
So we're connected to
That's where the microphone.
Anyway,
is.
there's-
Yeah.
the MJ plugger.
MJ.
So the
plugger.
MJ plugger is where all the mics plug in. All right, and interfaces.
Is that like Michael Jackson?
What's with the
is that
J?
like the
Yeah,
MJ?
Why
yeah.
a J?
Why the J? Is that a silent J?
Well,
or
it's
the-
the J. Is that the? Yeah, it's J series, isn't it?
Sure.
It can
Look
be,
on the
man.
side.
Be
It
whatever you
looks
want.
like a J.
It's a J.
I mean, come on, guys.
Kinda
You guys are
looks
the
like
professional.
looks like an X to me, but I'll go with J though. That's
Wow.
fine. It's another.
Looks like a C. to
It's
me.
close in the alphabet, but go
I
ahead.
like it.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
So you have those three connectors on top.
Yep. The plugger. Yep.
The pluggers.
Okay.
which are very important. Without the pluggers, who needs a mic?
You might as yeah,
Who needs a mic without
stay
the
home.
plugger?
Just stay home.
Stay home. Okay.
You might as well
okay.
follow Michigan college football, right? So then from there, we have the light up source. So SCS podcast has mood lighting. So as you're recording, there's these blue lights. They're just lit just right to set the mood. And without the blue lights, I don't know.
Again,
I don't know
stay
if I
home.
would be that loose.
It's called the Kmart
I love it.
because it's just a blue light special.
Is Kmart's gone, right?
I think they're still in
No, they're
business.
still around.
Are they?
There's a couple.
Yeah.
I'll think.
No.
A couple of them.
So it says live wire on it. So
It does.
that's how live it is. And that's it. That's the setup here.
Nice, nice.
What else do you need?
You know what?
No, that was good. That was good.
Everybody knows exactly what you just
Yes,
described. It's
absolutely.
perfect.
I believe the listeners will relate closer and more to me versus you guys go ahead and describe. What is this, Don?
Yeah, well, you know what?
What is this?
Forget it. I can't do any better than what you just
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
You know, you allow people to have their own imagination and run with it.
Yeah.
You know, we would tell them exactly what it is, and they go, gear.
Yeah.
They don't get it like we do.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about the gear here. We have the
Yeah.
G24 by Shure. Shouts out to Shure.
SM7.
And then we have the mixer here. That's the latest technology.
He's doing a voice, everybody, if you don't realize that.
right. We didn't bring another guest on.
Yeah.
It's actually
I mean,
Christian.
I don't know technology here. I mean,
Yes. So here. This
we go.
is what I heard you
Here
say.
we go. Yep.
Okay. So we have these.
To your point, you got to start off.
So to your point.
To your point.
To your
Oh,
point.
nice.
We have these mouth recorders with the afro bubbles on them
Bingo.
that collect the sound that comes out of our mouth, and it goes into these magical braided things, the connector things like an avatar.
Yep.
How it goes to the back of your hair.
Oh yeah, you got to be connected.
Yeah, plugs into
And it lights up blue.
The light, right? You see this? This is actually called the avatar cord that plugs into here, and this thing right here, the gray and yellow box or the gray and
The J.
black
The
box,
J
the J,
thing.
the J plugger up top
Yeah.
here, is actually that's not even real. It's just for show.
Doesn't it look cool?
Doesn't it? Yeah,
It
it
looks
doesn't
awesome.
actually doesn't do anything at
Yeah.
all. I'm not actually even recording at this point. We're just talking.
Even better.
Wow.
Even better.
Then we should make this more colorful.
Okay, so congratulations on surviving Womp. There it is.
Oh, thank you.
You did really
job.
good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tag
Thank you.
team.
I
Represent.
appreciate you.
Shouts to tag team. So before we wrap up,
Dun, dun,
any shout outs, any thank yous, anybody that you'd like to
Wow.
to top of mind you're thinking about that has helped either with Stay Tuned Studios or kind of where you are today and has helped celebrate the 10-year anniversary?
Well, obviously, the number one person on my list would have to be Tanya Krober. She is amazing. She's been here since day one. She sacrificed so much to make this place a success. And very knowledgeable young lady. She's a sound engineer. She used to manage a band. She worked for the city, so she understands how events are planned. And she's just cares about the people that came in here. She'd find the answer for them, go to great lengths to get the answer and make sure they get the right answer too. You know, so she's been instrumental in making this place a success. But I must say, I have a sad note. She's actually retiring.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on, Tanya.
Oh,
I know.
man.
Come on,
I know. Don't you think I tried that? It don't work.
Tanya.
She's got.
We have to talk.
She's got her mindset, and it's well deserved. 10 years
Yeah.
of dealing with musicians. Oh,
Not only that.
did I say that out loud? No, I'm kidding. We love the musicians. Love working with them. They are a unique bunch of folks, that's for sure. Very entertaining. It's what made every day here interesting. No 2 days at Stay Tuned Studio are the same, and so that kept it interesting. But she was great. She's, man, like I said, I just can't thank her enough. And
we'll put her on the Wall of Fame.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, you got to have it somewhere.
There's absolutely no doubt about
Absolutely.
that. Yep. I already have the photo in mind,
Nice.
but you can't see that over the radio. All right. So, yeah, I mean, that's just one person. I mean, as far as, the city of Jacksonville and the musicians, the music community here, they've been phenomenal. They've never let us down. They've always had nice things to say about the studio and about Tanya and myself and anybody else that's worked here. And, wow, kudos to them. And hopefully we're going to have a bunch of podcasters doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Very cool. All right, well, that concludes the show. Christian Abrahamson, the private jeweler, Execo Sales. Thank you
for having me.
For co-hosting the episode.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And Don, thanks again so much. Looking forward to continuing this journey here and STS podcast getting launched out. So
thank you.
Life of Lozo, we are out of here. Go Blue.
The Life of Lozo podcast is brought to you by Stay Tuned Studios, The Taylor Shop Inc., 03 Productions, The Beat Brigade, Rhyme Designs Clothing, Ronz Wood Guitars, The Music Experience, Custom Shirt Support, and Jack's Nutrition. Special shout outs to The Art of Kyle Willis and Nerdy D's. Thanks for listening, y'all. Have a great week. Talk to you soon. Peace.